you may not want to go down the path of that mentor because most mentors they try to get you on the lane they in. Like a lot of my mentors
son,
was all pastors
yeah.
and preachers. Yeah,
yeah.
all my mentors was like, "You gonna be a preacher?" And I'm like,
Right, okay.
"Yeah, got you."
Yeah.
So they trying to get you in the church and like it's like, yeah, but I want to work too. I want to get out here to a bag. I ain't no knock against preachers. Some of them making bag, but I don't want to make a bag off the church,
Right.
like off the people. Like I don't want to do that. Like let me make my own bag over here.
Speaking of preachers, religion, if you don't mind, what's your religious affiliation?
Hebrew Israelite.
You Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you came home. You went through your struggles. Any jobs you had when you first came home?
Yeah, my first job when I came home was a tree company that I found off Craigslist. Cause when I first came home, I was just determined not to go back. So I would do anything, to work. So I remember the first job I worked, I was working for a tree company, doing good. They weren't much paid, making like $350 a week. Cutting trees. Literally making like $350 a week. I'm talking about we cutting down whole forests.
Yeah,
And I'm doing the same thing I always did, getting on the front line. I'm on the front line.
Yeah.
Just mowing down trees, cutting down trees. Got the thing tied around my waist, climbing up trees, cutting it. They talking about what they can't do. I'm telling them why we can do it.
Yeah.
And then with that job, I ended up getting my own truck with the company. And the guy who was the foreman, that was basically like my manager, he didn't like that I became I'm foreman myself so fast. But the people who owned the company, they would come out there and they would see how we was working. They would see how I was putting the teams together on my side. Because the foreman, he saw how I worked. So he said, hey, I want you to take these two guys and go over there and start over there. Then the owner would come out and see me with these two guys and see our method. And they like, you need your own truck because we could make more money if we put you over here. And me and that foreman, we end up getting into it one day. And I got a text that said, we got to let you go. And I was,
lost.
Yeah, so I'm like, why you, man, listen, man, no lie, I cried.
Hey, let me ask you
cried.
this.
At first it hurt because it's like we out here, we wasn't making nothing. And then one thing about it is I can say from going through the experience we went through, it taught us how to appreciate things more.
Fast.
When you had forced to live out of, what is that, a 2x1 locker, the most valuable
Whole life
thing.
in that locker.
Exactly, your whole life is in this locker, and
Most of that paper.
Right.
Most of that paper.
So
It's
I
crazy.
mean, you grow to appreciate things more. So definitely we have that appreciation. So like you say, you cried when you lost that 350 job. Now looking at it, what? 350 a week?
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
Exactly.
So I could tap in. So you say Hebrew is like, that's something you started in there, or it's your family history? Or
Yeah, my father.
your father?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I was a diehard Christian at first, not to knock anybody religion or nothing like that. But what I did was, what I would even promote anybody do is whatever it is that you believe in is to do your research.
Exactly.
Get into it. Don't just be it's like being in a gang. If you're gonna be in the gang but you never did your research, you might be fighting for the wrong principles.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? So what I just did, I went and did my research, and I just dug into it, and it was already being transferred from my father and other people too. So it was coming at me from different angles. But I'm not one to be easily moved, jump from this place to that place. So, but once I took about a good year or 2 years just doing research, and then it was that time for me to transition. Especially once I lined up the timelines and what I was being taught over here, and the timelines of what I was learning over here. And
Exactly.
so it propaganda, it'll get you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Knowledge is key, most definitely.
For sure.
So, the first job, cutting trees.
hmm
Where you went from there?
From cutting trees, um, I ended up working for my mom's husband. So her husband, he did construction. He had a roofing company. So I ended up working for him. He worked. He just had a lot of contracts with this big construction company in Tampa called Osprey Construction, and so I ended up working under him. And he was paying me like $100 a day, so it was a bump up.
Exactly.
You know, it was a bump up. I was making like $500 a week or whatever. And this when I first came on, you still could get cars for like $3,000, $2,500. Back in what 2000, I came on 2010, late 10, almost 11. You could still go on Craigslist right at that time and get cars for the cheap.
Yeah.
Bought me a little Cadillac. You know, I got a slider. I got to have some wheels. And I was working for him. And, he was paying me. I became his, right. And that's when I really started picking up my business acumen as well, because he's from the islands. So his form of communication doesn't necessarily get him everything because he's awesome. But it don't always get him everything he deserves, you know. So with me being basically becoming his right-hand man, I was able to fill in that gap. So I started doing all the paperwork. I started talking to different contractors and talking to different construction companies that was just fighting for our business. And I was that middleman. I was putting the deals together. They'll tell us, hey, we can pay out $10K for this roof. I say, no, we need at least $13.5 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just fighting on his behalf, on his company behalf.
Yeah.
So I worked for him. I did the roofing. And after that, I started my own company. I had to work for him for like 2 years. I probably did like 170 roofs with my own hands. Yeah.
That's a lot of roofs, boy.
Yeah, we used to knock them out.
Especially we in Florida, y'all.
That's when the
that's
bank,
a big. That's big.
That's when there was a lot of empty bank houses during that time. You know,
Yeah.
2008 was still going. That crash was going all the way up to like 2012 almost.
Yeah.
So it was still, you know, houses was cheap. A lot of empty houses, and we wasn't hip to buying that property yet.
Exactly.
It's a fad now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a fad. Now everybody do real estate. Everybody want real estate. But when it was cheap, nobody was moving.
Exactly.
You
You
know,
know, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You know, dog.
I was trying to get in it so bad, boy. I was trying to wholesale houses during that time. I was working on the roof, and then I was trying to wholesale houses at the same time. And I would find deals to wholesale the house. Like I would find a house, get it under contract, and then I would try to wholesale it to another buyer. But the title company, at this time, it wasn't popular. Wholesale
They didn't know how to do the deal.
They didn't know how to do the deal. So every time I bring a new contract to the title company, I say, hey, I got this deal. I have a buyer that wants to buy it. I just want to sell it to them and take my cut.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they have what they call A to B, B to C closing. So A to B closing mean they would tell me you need to do an A to B because they didn't understand the paperwork and the terminology. So they want me to buy the house. Once I buy the house, my name on title, and then sell it. And I'm like, I don't got the funds to buy it.
Right.
I'm trying to middleman it. And
When they didn't know it, and that was the important thing. You supposed to got with an attorney or a closing title company that knew what to do.
Right. And then you know when you young and you growing, you don't really have that thought process or that confidence to really find out what you need. Cause right then and there, I'm looking for title companies, but I'm talking to any title company versus actually sharpening the axe, which means me actually keying in on only title companies that do this kind of work,
Due diligence.
that understands this kind of work.
Exactly.
You know, versus me just casting a wide net.
Yeah.
And nobody understands what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Exactly. Man, so I mean, you
But yeah, I was doing roofing when
gotcha.
after
Roofing
that job.
and wholesaling.
Yeah, wholesaling, yeah.
Gotcha.
I had the opportunity to get on that roof, man. I went that day and it was so high. I told them I'm straight.
Hey,
I'll let y'all.
I respect. Listen, I respect roofers because I done did some roofing myself, man. Listen,
man, we used to pick up all my homeboys from the hood, all my partners from the hood. They almost all of them done experience that at least for one day.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because when I was working with them, I used to, hey man, I want to try this guy. I want to try this guy. So I had them boys come up there. Someone make it, someone don't.
Exactly.
You know, after one day, them boys be good.
I ain't even get up
Yes,
there.
Exactly.
I did a drive-by.
No, yeah, you know what I used to tell them? I was like the roof commander. But I used to work. Like, I do everything. Cut wood, lay shingles, I do everything.
Yeah.
You flash, I do everything. You feel me? But I used to tell them, I used to be like, man, don't. They used to be like, man, it's hot, boy. I used to be like, man, look, don't think about what it's doing to you. Think about what it's finna make you.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one of my good friends to this day, me and him used to be on the roof together because he was one of the people that always came. And he was real good, too. I loved to work with him. And I used to tell him every time, I used to say, every day, man, we going to start our own business. We going to start our own business. And he'd be like, yeah, man, just let me know. So, end up starting our own business.
That's
Exactly.
what's up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
You speaking in existence, man. And all it takes is that one person with that same drive and mindset as you. And I mean, that's rocket.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you end up starting the roofing business. Well, roofing. You still do that to this day, or?
I still knock out a few roofs here and there. Yeah.
So wholesaling. I don't know personally the whole concept of wholesaling. I follow people like Tony the Closer, a couple people. I heard them talk about it. I mean, can you elaborate on that a little bit? Like, what exactly is wholesaling?
Okay, so wholesaling is basically finding a property at a discount, getting that property under contract. So the owner, you're telling them, say the owner wants $50K for the property. You get a contract with them for $50K. You're gonna find a buyer, somebody that's looking for property, right? And you're gonna tell that buyer, hey, I got a property, I have it under contract already for $50. There's profit in it. I'm willing to let it go for $70. And if it's a good deal for that buyer, you'll write a contract with that buyer for him to buy it at $70. You'll take those two contracts. Your fee will be in that first contract with the owner. You'll take those contracts, give them to the title company. The title company is gonna do all the work. Title company gonna write it all up. Title company gonna collect funds from the buyer. They gonna give you your cut, and they gonna do a transfer to the owner. Everybody clear. That's deal number one. That's how you do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, right now, it's a little more. It's still happening though every day, but it's a little more competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
a lot more.
It's a lot more competition. So you got to be a little more creative in how you find your deals.
Yeah.
I find my deals through. I'm gonna just tell you.
You don't want to say that for the ebook, and now you gonna give it to the
Yeah,
people.
no, I mean, at the end of the day, it could still be in the ebook, and you can still utilize it now. Why you know?
Man, ain't too many people out there like you just giving that free game, bro. It's free game right here, y'all.
Free game. So it's two really good strategies. One is you can scrape your county records. So whatever county you live in, scrape that record, those property tax records, and then you find people that's behind on their property tax, or they from out of town, and they're not doing nothing with the property. They need the upkeep of the property. You just work out a deal with them. In the business, a lot of people, they feel bad by asking people to sell their property. But in reality, you helping them, because if that property's sitting and they're just paying on it, or they're neglecting it, the property value is going down.
Exactly.
It's going down. One lady, the roof already caved in. Nobody lives there. It's just getting worse and worse. It's cats running in and out of the property. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get much for it. I'll even overpay you a little bit just to take it off your hands. At least she got the money that she needed and to get away from it, because she's 80 years old.
Yeah. Exactly.
She's not doing that with it, and she has no desire to.
Because eventually she gonna lose it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the property, she's not paying the property taxes.
Yeah.
So scrape your county records for property taxes. Just talk to people. Don't try to sell. Just talk to them like real people, because they are real people. A lot of people emotionally tied to their property. Talk to them like regular humans, as if it was your parents. And outside of that, you can also look for if you can find somebody that works at the county or the city, you can find like Tico bills. People who behind on Tico got long Tico bill, got long light bills, got long neglected water bills, stuff like that. That's the real hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the real hack.
Oh, bro.
That's the real hack. If you can find somebody that can help you out and get you that, what we call the water list. So those abandoned properties that are behind on their water, and it's been like that for X amount of time.
Yeah.
Most of the time they out of towners or they just don't really want much to do with it.
Yeah, they ready to go. Like, yeah, they ain't done. They done.
I never heard of that. I know about the county list going, seeing people. But I know that water list.
What you thinking about the tax deed sales? You ever got into that?
I haven't really gotten to the tax deed sales, but I mean, I think it's still a great avenue with real estate. That's why I say when you get into real estate, you're gonna find out your personality.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different methods
Exactly.
that you can make money on. You're gonna find out your own personality with those methods. It's some people that like. You ever heard of tax liens?
Yeah.
It's people that like tax liens. They basically somebody don't pay their taxes for X amount of time. That person goes and pays the taxes.
Exactly.
You don't get the house, but
the
you get a
tax
return.
certificate.
Yeah, you get the tax certificate and you get a return on what you originally paid until they pay it off. Most people do pay it off though.
Yeah.
And if they never pay it off, it's a process in order to obtain that property. Some people they love to go buy 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those and wait. You get what I'm saying? That's they business. Your personality gonna reflect in your business. That's how they is. They like that process. You got people that that can actually raise funds. They own, like my friend yesterday. He only looking for $5 million in up deals. That's because he raised the capital.
Yeah.
He can't deploy capital into 1,000 tax liens. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He looking for one and done. So
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like real estate is for everybody, man. No matter what your primary profession is, investing is for everybody.
I mean, one of the biggest wealth builders is real estate. So it's going to be very difficult. Well, I can't say that because I'm biased for real estate. But I think it's going to be very difficult to be wealthy and do it without real estate. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't know that tech field, man.
I mean,
tech is serious.
But still, how you write off in tech, though? I don't know nothing about tech, but how do you write off in tech? It got to be a way because Uber writing off, Uber eating. They writing it off.
It's always right.
I'm probably sure it's a way, but with real estate, it's like you purchase it in
real estate. One of them things you can't make no more land.
Yeah, exactly.
So your look, if this whole world populated with land, the piece you buy is yours. You can't make no more land. With other digital products and you got like you say, the tech field, stuff like that. It's a business, but at the same time, it's controlled by man. And if they want to do away with it, and it's gonna be done away with.
And then,
like the paper money that we use right now,
you're gonna have to be very.
Once they kill it, and we go crypto or whatever, digital currency full out, you could have $1 million stacked in that shoebox. It's gone.
Yeah, I had a conversation. I recently had a conversation with somebody like that. But you think that we gonna go cashless soon?
I think so.
We were going in that direction.
These regulations that they pushing is they building up for it.
Exactly.
And it's about to be a war.
That's gonna be complete control. Once they do that, bro, they can control your funds, bro. That's complete control, bro.
But that's what men wanted. That's what I feel like all men got a thirst for power. Some people thirst bigger than others. Your thirst might just be power over yourself. That might be your thirst for power. It's some people that got diabolical thirst. For real, like Elon Musk right now. I watched the whole 2-hour video on YouTube. This man literally talked about how he wants to place this chip in your mind. Like I thought, how you see it online and you see little captions and memes. You see,
chip,
but I watched the video with him himself. And the video was boring, to be honest. But I had to watch it because I need to know. I gotta know. And he literally talked about for 2 hours how they trying to get FDA approval and they're gonna get it.
Oh, it's already approved.
it's approved, but they still working out kinks.
I want to
You
know
know?
how. Hold on. I want to know how, because these billionaires is coming out of the woodworks and getting this power. I mean, money give you power, but at the same time, it's like look at Bill Gates with Pfizer. Well, Bill Gates with this jab. Like, you come out of nowhere from computers to now in the medical field, and now using the government to mandate this jab, and I mean and it's harming people, and y'all won't come out and tell the truth about it. And then now with the same guy with the supposedly, well, the global warming, he's taking the initiative upon himself to just you heard when he's finna spray this stuff over the ozone layer, whatever he's supposed to be spraying in the atmosphere to combat the global warming. Yeah, it's like, who gives these people the power for them to have the mindset to think that I'm gonna do this, but it's you affecting the world at this point. Like, for him to say, "Oh, I'm finna put a chip in a person's brain," like that's crazy.
I think they look at people like commodities, bro. Like, I think they got to, like, it's get to a point when they got that much money and they got that much power, they don't care about us no more. We commodities, bro. We pawns in this game. You know, when you talking about what Elon Musk doing, is that the same thing? Because this kid, I think at Yale or somewhere, he created a chip or something that can sit right on the bone of your ear. It sit on the bone of your ear, and you think about something. It send it to like Google, and Google respond, and it's like you can think of something. Like it's gonna make you like Google in your ear.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard about that. Is that what y'all talking about?
It's similar.
Yeah,
That's basically just like that, right?
Yeah, it's a chip. If you ever get a chance as a kid, and I don't know if he FDA approved or not, but it sits on the bone of the ear, and it transmit information. Just if you think about it, it shoots in the, however they do it, and it give you an instant response.
Do you know, is it gonna be like implanted, or
it's gonna be implanted on the bone of your ear?
Yeah, so
the
real thing though, the way I really look at it is, if you really want to understand the future, all you gotta do is look at history, because this history just keep repeating itself. See, when I went and looked at Andrew Carnegie, who started U.S. Steel. You know what I'm saying? When I went and look at the Rockefellers, and I go look at these people, all these people, they, like you asked, how does this person have this authority? Well, these are the people that are putting into the economy Elon Musk today. Yeah. Elon Musk is like the Rockefellers right now. He's just one guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These people with these authorities. So you building up the world, or your portion of the world, and you don't necessarily, because Andrew Carnegie and the Rockefellers, they had control over the school system. But Andrew Carnegie did steel.
Yeah.
But when you putting so much into that economy, you get authority over other things in that economy. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
And you get authority to push, to chauffeur the people like sheep into your direction and your vision without their permission. Because during that stage with U.S. Steel, with the railroads, with all
exactly. He monopolized the railroad, right?
But he did monopolize the railroad. That's how monopoly became illegal.
Exactly.
But the whole goal was that was the blue collar working era. You get what I'm saying? And so during that era, in schools, they wanted to put different curriculum in school to make people want to be more creative and want to be doctors or do this, and they stopped that
because he wanted workers.
Right. They said we're not in the business of teaching people how to be creative. We in the business of catering to rural folk. If the freedom in America is this: if you can break out of what they put on you and become creative and get into your gift and do these things, by all means, we're not trying to stop you. But the program is set up for you to come and become a blue collar worker and to work, because blue collar is the heartbeat of America.
Public schools.
Yeah, it's the heartbeat. Without the blue collar, without the truck drivers, blue collar. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sitting in certain offices in certain buildings that's doing payroll, all this stuff, blue collar. tax preparers, blue collar. You get what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's the heartbeat of this whole country. They don't want to make you too smart, but if you can do it, they're not gonna stop you. That's what I had to realize as well. That they're not gonna stop you.
The opportunity there.
Yeah, unless you're trying to revolutionize the people.
Yes.
I watched the different episodes of The Man Who Built America with Andrew Carnegie. Bro, but can you imagine this era of Man Who Built America? But this shit we're gonna be lit. You
But
talking
who built
about-
America right now though?
Yeah, I mean,
Who right now?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
if I could put, all right.
Who building it right now?
Who building it right
Put it
now?
like-
Surface level, because we really don't know.
exactly.
who built-
Surface
it.
level. I'm
Surface
gonna go.
level.
I gotta put the Koch brothers in there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put Bill Gates in there.
Okay.
Elon Musk, of course.
Definitely.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Facts.
I'm gonna go a little left. What's the ones over there creating all the wars overseas? Not Greystone. Is it Greystone? Blackstone. I feel like Blackstone.
Jeff Bezos.
But Blackstone is a huge company. Like
Jeff
Blackstone
Bezos,
got a
Amazon.
face to it. Blackstone don't got a face.
But
Like we can look at the Rockefeller. That's a family. I think the way you can look at the people that's ruling the world right now is the people that got the ability to shut it down.
okay,
like,
well, what's that over there they have every year? They just had
The
the
meeting with
yeah
all
in Europe.
the-
What's that? What they have? What they Not the E. It's a conference, but it's the finance.
It's a with all the rich
Yeah.
world leaders come together
Talking
and
about BRICS?
plan.
Not
Not
bricks.
BRICS.
Oh.
No, they
It's
have
like a BRICS,
every-
but it's for personal people.
It's a bunch of all the major
Yeah.
banks, all the major everything to
That
do with
talks about
finance
the-
is
what their plans are
JR,
for the
come on,
future.
man, help me out.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's called. It was a private meeting, but it's not even private no more. It's like they out.
It was
there
at
and
first.
it-
For years, nobody
Yeah.
knew about it.
but now it's
Yeah.
like out there. We're having a meeting
Oh,
here.
Bilderberg?
The bill.
Bilderberg?
That's a group.
That's the
Yeah.
group.
Another group. There's another
No.
banking group.
I'm gonna get you. I got you in a second.
But yeah, man, just saying, like Mark Zuckerberg, attention is the new currency.
Yeah.
That's the real new currency. You get somebody attention, you basically got their mind. That's what they've been fighting for, the mind.
Yeah.
And that's what all those platforms for is to capture the mind. Smart people like y'all intelligent. Y'all gonna use it to y'all advantage to help people. So y'all doing a different work. Y'all gonna let Mark Zuckerberg put y'all in position to do something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing that's good about America. You could take something that somebody else doing and you can do something different right up under the umbrella, and it's perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So when you say, you said something a second ago. You said it's gonna be a war.
Mm-hmm.
So, I read this book, man, and this book is scary, bro. It's called the book is called The Farewell Tour, Goodbye to America's Dominance, right? And this guy, Chris Hedges, I think his name Chris Hedges.
Get that book.
Yeah, he listened. His name Chris Hedges, and what he did, basically what you said. You want to know the future? Look at the history.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he went and he studied all the great empires in their latter years before they fell, and he studied the behavior of the government and the people. And bruh, like he did, and he draw a line to what's going on today, like homosexuality, suicide, domestic terrorism, and bro, it's something in that book that's real scary, bro. The minorities in every one of them countries was treated horribly in those latter years, because you got a set of spoiled people who had these rights or feel like they had this, and they was above other people. Now their rights being took from them. Reality hitting them in the face. They not, like America being gutted out.
Yeah, that pedestal is being knocked down.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then they started just treating all the minorities and people they felt that was inferior. They started treating them horrible. But what he break down in the book is every one of those countries, they wasn't more armed than one of our states. Like, we're the most armed country in the history of the world. So how he break down is like, what you think gonna happen to the minorities or the people they feel that's inferior?
It's gonna be a slaughter. Yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter.
Man, that book, like,
Yeah.
it.
Let me interject, but